Seniors between the two teams combined for 48 wins on the season, and leadership has its privileges. These girls take care of business. They know each other well. They've known each other for a long time. Two very good ball clubs.
Let's look at the Cadets seniors. They have known each other, most of them, since about 6th grade. This is in alphabetical order, and Bob Wingett will rely on these players tonight to try to get the Cadets the title. And a couple of seniors said that he likes is Kellen Royko and Brittany Hernandez.
Royko, a point guard in every sense of the word, understands the game, a great defender, leading assist player on the team, understands how to run the offense, but she knows who to go to in its clutch time. She gets the ball to Hernandez.
Brittany Hernandez is one of the top post players in the state.
Absolutely, 17 big points, but the fun thing about watching Brittany Hernandez, she could step outside, shoot the three. She's got a great post game. She understands spacing, understands how to get it done, and is a good passer from the post as well.
You know, when you talk about D'Evelyn and the play of the Jaguars, it's almost hard to describe them because it is such a team. But we're going to pick a couple of players to tell you about. One is Holly Rinke.
Yeah, and Holly Rinke is a forward guard slash player, one of those hybrid players. They use a lot of these type players. 17 big points in the semis. Really got off to a good start in the third quarter. Just pumped this team. They had a 10-0 run. She was the spearhead of that. Really got them going in the second half.
And tonight we expect to see number 23, Laura Tyree, bringing the ball up, doing whatever she has to.
Absolutely, passing the ball. It's controlled chaos. They like to get up and down the floor. Tyree's controlling that chaos, moving the ball up and down the floor. They play pressure defense. They like to put the three up, led the state or amongst the leaders in the state in three-point attempts. Good team to watch, very fun to watch.
Well, we have a couple of #1 seeds going at it here in the 4A title game. D'Evelyn has never won a basketball championship in 17 years of girls hoops. The Cadets expect to finish what they started. Tip-off is next. It is March Madness in Boulder, Colorado. It is high school basketball championship weekend from the University of Colorado campus. And we begin with the 4A girls title game between Air Academy and D'Evelyn as we show you how these two teams got to the championship game. The Cadets, they have had quite a run. They never trailed against Pueblo West, a previously undefeated team. D'Evelyn had to come back against Pueblo South, and they won that game with a 41-point second half. And basketball fans, welcome inside of the Coors Event Center. Mark Stout and Ted Bonner tonight. These two teams are all about veteran play.
Absolutely. 16 seniors between both teams have led to 48 wins on the season between the two teams. And, you know, success comes with leadership, and both these teams have good leaders on it.
Well, the Cadets, when you look at their seniors, these girls have known each other since middle school. You see them in alphabetical order. Bob Wingett will rely on all these players tonight. And when we talk about his team, we start with the Rock, Kellen Royko, who's his guard.
Yeah, Royko does a great job on the defensive end as well as the offensive end, understanding who to distribute the ball to. She's the spearhead of that attack. The Cadets do a great job of passing the ball, and she understands how to get people in the right positions.
Air Academy has one of the best post players in the state in Brittany Hernandez.
Absolutely. One of the most versatile big post players in the state or in any state. She could step outside, hit the three, understands how to play the post, uses great body position, is a great player. You'll have a good time watching her tonight.
D'Evelyn comes into this game as the consummate team. It's even difficult to pick out players to highlight, but we'll start with Holly Rinke, the senior.
Absolutely. Big game, 17 points in the semifinals. Was the leading rebounder in that game as well, has led the team all year in rebounding 7 a game. But this team each night can have a different player lead them. It's that controlled chaos that they run. very versatile offense.
Number 23, Laura Tyree. She'll probably bring the ball up and probably do a little bit of this and a little bit of that.
Absolutely, and probably end up on the wing at times. Like I said, they run a controlled offense that's chaotic. They're up and down the floor, pressure defense. They like to put the threes up amongst the state and leaders in three-point attempts. I mean, this is a fun team to watch.
Couple of number 1 seeds. They're in the title game. Evelyn hasn't won a girls basketball title since they've been playing. It's been 17 years. Air Academy, the Cadets, think they can finish what they started. Tip-off is next.
admission, Colorado High School Activities Association reminds you that educational athletics teach lifetime values. Our students are learning positive values such as teamwork, self-discipline, the acceptance of results, winning and losing from their participation in interscholastic athletics. Again, thank you for joining us tonight.
It is March Madness in Boulder, Colorado. It is high school basketball championship weekend from the University of Colorado campus. And we begin with the 4A girls title game between Air Academy and D'Evelyn as we show you how these two teams got to the championship game. The Cadets, they have had quite a run. They never trailed against Pueblo West, a previously undefeated team. D'Evelyn had to come back against Pueblo South, and they won that game with a 41-point second half. And basketball fans, welcome inside of the Coors Event Center. Mark Stout and Ted Bonner tonight. These two teams are all about veteran play.
Absolutely. 16 seniors between both teams have led to 48 wins on the season between the two teams. And, you know, success comes with leadership, and both these teams have good leaders on it.
Well, the Cadets, when you look at their seniors, these girls have known each other since middle school. You see them in alphabetical order. Bob Wingett will rely on all these players tonight. And when we talk about his team, we start with the Rock, Kellen Royko, who's his guard.
Yeah, Royko does a great job on the defensive end as well as the offensive end, understanding who to distribute the ball to. She's the spearhead of that attack. The Cadets do a great job of passing the ball, and she understands how to get people in the right positions.
Air Academy has one of the best post players in the state in Brittany Hernandez.
Absolutely. One of the most versatile big post players in the state or in any state. She could step outside, hit the three, understands how to play the post, uses great body position, is a great player. You'll have a good time watching her tonight.
D'Evelyn comes into this game as the consummate team. It's even difficult to pick out players to highlight, but we'll start with Holly Reinke, the senior.
Absolutely. Big game, 17 points in the semifinals. Was the leading rebounder in that game as well, has led the team all year in rebounding 7 a game. But this team each night can have a different player lead them. It's that controlled chaos that they run. Very versatile offense.
Number 23, Laura Tyree. She'll probably bring the ball up and probably do a little bit of this and a little bit of that.
Absolutely, and probably end up on the wing at times. Like I said, they run a controlled offense that's chaotic. They're up and down the floor, pressure defense. They like to put the threes up amongst the state and leaders in three-point attempts. I mean, this is a fun team to watch.
Couple of number 1 seeds. They're in the title game. D'Evelyn hasn't won a girls basketball title since they've been playing. It's been 17 years. Air Academy, the Cadets, think they can finish what they started. Tip-off is next. This high school champ. Are we on? This high school championship game on Root Sports is brought to you by Subaru. We know how important it is to have a car you can love. And by Credit Union of Colorado, proud to support Colorado communities. Air Academy, the Evelyn, the 4A Girls Basketball Championship as the Coors Event Center begins to fill up here on the campus of the University of Colorado in Boulder. We've got a couple of #1 seeds. The Cadets come in at 25-2, and the Jaguars at 23-3. We'll show you the Air Academy head coach. It's Bob Winget. And there's Bob. He took over the team back in December of 2010. Moved from California to be closer to home. Special ed teacher. He came into a great team, a senior-laden team. And here is his starting lineup, his 5 that will take the floor tonight. And you'll see these 5 primarily. We mentioned Brittany Hernandez, one of the top post players, all seniors, Royko and Kama in the backcourt. Devlin's head coach is Chris Olson. And Olson has been around the block, and he's trying to get the Jaguars to a title in girls basketball, confident with his team. And here is his starting lineup. We mentioned Holly Ranke. She's the senior that actually is a star pitcher. She's going to pitch softball at CSU next year. But you've got some interchangeable players that will play as a team for the Jags here tonight. There's Brittany Hernandez. She'll be in the show. One of the All-Stars picked to play that game at the Pepsi Center coming up on April the 6th. We mentioned Kellen Royko, The Rock. Jaguars, Madeline Neely is saw number 11. She's their leading scorer at 17 points per game as we are ready to get things underway. Cadets in the blue and the Jaguars in the white. The officials for this 4A championship game, which is underway as Miranda Beal controls for the Cadets. Underneath, Hernandez off her fingertips.
Yeah, uncharacteristic early turnover for the Cadets.
Here's Neely on the dribble. Knocked away by Louthan. And there's Royko in the middle of things. Louthan got to pick that basketball up, finds Beal, and up the, just off the iron. Hernandez with the board goes up. And let's see if she's fouled. She is fouled. She'll go to the line. Time now for the Subaru keys to the game. Subaru, go for wherever life takes you. Set.
Pressure defense. If you're Air Academy, you're going to have to pressure the shooters for the Evelyn. Get out, close out on those perimeter shooters.
You also saw they want to get off to a hot start, and Chris Olson said that until that semifinal game, they had gotten off to a lot of hot starts.
And get Tyree involved early and often to keep it going if you're the Evelyn.
Hernandez 1 of 2 from the line. Cadets score first. A little bit of pressure from Air Academy. Swing it down off the hands of Neely, the turnover for Air Academy. This Holly Ranke, she'll be counted on, the 5'11" senior. Jaguars will press on the inbounds, but right to Hernandez, who comes back. Poked away, and the foul called as Kanakama was on the dribble for Air Academy.
And that's a tough place to take a foul if you're better. I mean, you don't want to reach out in the middle of the open court. They're going to call that every time. She's trying to play aggressive, and that's fine, but early on you want to save those fouls.
Less than a minute in, 2 fouls here on Devlin underneath. Brittany Hernandez, I think she moved her feet. 1 too many shuffles, and that's a travel. There's Brittany Hernandez. She came into Air Academy last year from Florida. Neely Barris, they swing it around. Good ball movement. Tyree, jumper. A little bit long on that. Beal with the rebound. Out come the Cadets. Loughton thought about it. Dribbles down. Little 4-footer won't go.
Nice board by Rinky, team's leader in rebounds.
Here's Rinky. Thought about a three. Brings it back out. Barris. Pump fake. Now Neely. Dribble drive. Poked away right into the hands of Royko. Cadets sprint out. Beal has some options. She pulls up. Kama for three. Got it! Counta. Kama. Count it. A three-pointer to make it. 4-0 Cadets.
And Beal with a great pass on the baseline.
There's Hernandez. Let's take a look at the bucket by the senior number 33, Counta Kama.
You see the great pass on the baseline by Beal. Sets it up, draws the defense in. Counta Kama. Great shot.
Hernandez committed a foul as Tyree heads to the lane. Back out to Neely. Around the free throw line, Reinke gonna go baseline. Forces up a short shot. Hernandez, board and the dribble. Over the timeline. Loughton underneath, off the iron, goes back up, can't get it to go. There's Hernandez. She'll get it off the glass.
That's already 2 offensive rebounds for Hernandez. You're Devlin, you've got to do a better job of stopping that. Put a body on it.
Another turnover, Loughton. Hernandez underneath. 6-1 up and off the glass, and it has been a Cadet storm here at the start. Air Academy with a quick 8-0 lead with 5:17 to go in the first quarter.
And if you're Devlin, this is exactly what you saw 2 nights ago. The slow start, having to catch up, but the Cadets are too big and too strong to allow them to get out in front and run away, and it's being caused by those turnovers. They're getting some early runouts. Air Academy is. Turnovers are killing Devlin right now.
There's the tail of the tape. Air Academy on the left. They're 25-2. Devlin 23-3. You see the Jaguars can score a little bit more, but a lot of the other stats pretty close. And when you talk about Air Academy, you're talking about a team that played a non-conference schedule primarily against 5A schools, and then they just sail through their conference schedule. But their season, they do that purposefully. Kick out, 3-ball short, down to the hands of Loughton, jump ball, possession arrow. Going the way of the Jags.
That's a shot you're going to have to knock down. If you're Chappelle, you're not going to get many great looks like that. You're going to have to knock that down. Nice play on the inbounds. And a good finish by Seaman.
Mallory Seaman, the sophomore, first 2 points. And Devlin has a turnover. Neely up strong, make it 8-4.
Great use of the left hand by Neely, protected that ball.
Baseball pass to Beal. Hernandez runs the court. An easy bucket for the senior.
Talked about her being versatile, being able to get up and down the floor.
Another turnover. And a horn of the first subs. 2 more seniors coming in for the Cadets. Aaron Todd and Tori Riefschneider. So they'll keep a senior team on the court. They won't miss a beat, the Cadets. Up 10-4. Riefschneider can handle the basketball. Royko. Todd now, the lefty. Swings it out. Kama will call the play. Royko off the screen, thought about it. Riefschneider. Good ball movement, Cadets. Kama underneath. Loughton head fake to the hoop.
Good up fake. Good up fake, just didn't finish.
Aaron Todd got the board. He'll start it up again. Riefschneider lines it up and hits from 3. Tori Riefschneider, who averages about 6 a game, has half her total on that shot.
Oh, you can't pick your dribble up there, Rinky. You got to keep it. Good pass.
Real good pass and a foul called underneath on Kellen Royko. Royko and the Cadets off to a 13-4 start with 3:33 to go in the first quarter. Good news so far for Air Academy. It's the 4A title game as we look at the Jaguars head coach Chris Olson. You can hear him talking about boxing out. His record 97-58 at the Evelyn, and there's Bob Winget, 25-2 this year. And he admitted to me, you know, I came into a program with a lot of seniors and they make me look good.
We also talked about their ability to want to train and want to be in better shape than a lot of different teams and get up and down the floor to play the kind of style. You need that kind of conditioning to put the runs on they did at the end of the semifinal game.
After the free throw, Cadets by 8. Up the floor quick. Swing it over, Riefschneider. Back out to Royko. A little bit of space. Kama, she's hit 1-3. That's short off the front of the iron. Aaron Todd with the long rebound.
Giving up way too many offensive rebounds. You got to find the body and not stand there and watch the ball.
Louthan lines it up, and she hits from 3. That's Kate Louthan, the senior, who's going to Colorado Christian to play basketball. She had 9 points in that win in the semis. That kind of got away from the Cadets, but they get the rebound. Kanakama. Riefschneider looks for the breakout, swings it over. Royko. Open is Todd, the lefty. Rolls it around. Another offensive rebound out of the hands of Royko.
Great strip.
Kira Kekos brings it up and finds Renke. Another turnover. Kama kind of looking around, and she turns it over. There's Neely on the steal.
I mean, this is a frenetic pace. They're going at it back and forth, up and down the floor.
And Neely fires one up and hits. That cuts the Cadets lead in half. It's 16-8. And another turnover. Neely the other way. D'Evelyn can hit a lot of threes. They want to. They shot 23 threes in their semis. Out goes Riefschneider. Trying to go coast to coast, gets fouled.
It's a great outlet pass right there.
Let me take a breath.
I mean, Kate Louthan threw that ball length of the court on that outlet pass. And a great job on the run out by Riefschneider to get to the edge and create that foul by Caucus.
One of the 8 seniors for the Cadets at the line, shooting 2. True on the first. Both teams will make some substitutions. There's Barris back on.
I need to catch my breath. I need a little oxygen. I mean, they're going at it back and forth.
Don't put your head down.
The pace is incredible.
Schneider now has 6 for the Cadets. Tyree on the dribble. Hands it off. Seaman back to Tyree. Trying to get some space.
See, that's great team defense. See them just keep moving them out wider and wider away from the bucket. Makes it tougher to run that offense when they push you out that far.
Beal with a hand in the face of Barris, and she almost buried it. Foul underneath on the putback. And that'll send Megan Marler to the line. One of the seniors for the Jaguars.
First personal on number 22.
Minute 12 to go here in the first quarter. 8-minute quarters.
Number 3.
And a 10-point lead for the Cadets, pending these free throws. Neely will check back in. There's the leading scorer for Devlin with about 17 a game. And Olsen with a word to Chappelle. Marler good on both. Tyree pressures Royko. Through the middle, Ty. Quick ball movement, loop shutter, Kama. Royko calls out the play. Kama around the screen, finds the 3 and finds another bucket.
33. On the Kama for 3.
That makes it 21-10 Cadets. Tyree loses the handle, gets it back, goes up, short, gets the board, can't get the ball to go in off the glass. Jaguars will start it up. 25 to go here in the quarter. Tyree up on Beal, gets it, gets the roll, and she'll go to the line.
She was not going to be denied. Strong turn, dipped her shoulder, got to the edge, and then the power and strength to finish that play.
There's Kama, the 3. She kind of comes off the screen here and just sees that she's got the open shot.
Well, there's no hedge. There's no hedge there defensively. If you got somebody coming off the screen, you got to step out and hedge out, but didn't happen.
Beal's going to slow it down. Look at the clock. 15 to go. Now they'll swing it around. Royko will run the show for the last shot of the quarter. 6. Under 5. Royko. Kama. Can she get another 3? Just short off the iron. And that brings us to the end of the first quarter of this 4A girls title game. High fives from Bob Winget to his Cadets Air Academy with a 21-12 lead after the first quarter here in Boulder. Kama, a big first quarter as she hit a couple of 3s for the Cadets who have the lead. About to start the second quarter of the 4A title game. Air Academy up 21-12. Head coach Bob Wingett explained to us about like the plus-minus system. You know that from hockey? He's got a system that he grades out his players with as well.
What we do with after every game, my assistant coach Phil Royko looks at the tape, and the kids get pluses for offensive rebounds, for assists, for points, for any kind of offensive category, or they get plus if they're in help defense, if they take a charge. So it's not always about scoring. They can get minuses for not rebounding, for missing free throws, for turnovers, and so we keep track of that all year long and every game.
You know, so that's a pretty neat system to motivate his players.
It is, completely. That's how we were graded when I was playing. That's how we were graded as well. You have to do your job, and in most cases, go above and beyond your job.
In that first quarter, Kalma and Hernandez, a combined 6 for 7 and another bucket for the Cadets.
Just note the help rotation is not getting down fast enough. This 1-3-1 trap they're running is not converging. They're not collapsing and getting home fast enough.
Neely, baseline, kicks it out. Nice little pass, but Louthan got her hand in. As we show you the first quarter stats of this 4A title game between the Cadets and the Jags, and obviously things going the way of Air Academy.
Absolutely. I mean, the shooting percentage, the rebounds, and 5 offensive rebounds as well for Air Academy. I mean, that's something that's going to get you beat if you're Devlin. You got to do a better job of blocking out and taking care of that.
Louthan down the middle, stops, pops, can't get it to go. Out come the Jaguars. Tyree on the dribble, gives it up. Neely gets it up, gets it in. She'll go to the line.
Tough finish with the bump. Gets it up. I thought the pass came a little bit too late, but a tough finish. Gets the bump and is able to get it up there and finish.
Fouls on Miranda Beal.
That's a harder finish than it looks. She's underneath the basket. Pass came late. Nice job of finishing.
So Beal sits down with her second foul as Neely hits the free throw. Kalma and Royko over the timeline. Hernandez pass to Louthan. She gets fouled. She tried to accept that pass in the lane as Marler came through her.
That time it's a better job by Marler, though, collapsing and getting back. But still having problems matching up, getting back below the level. The Cadets are doing a great job passing the ball.
Louthan trying to go through Barris, and there she is on the floor, and that's going to be a travel.
It's an unfortunate call. I never liked that call, but it is the proper call.
Let's take a look as
she's getting knocked off balance and can't regain it. Tough call.
Tipped away by Hernandez, almost a steal for the 6'1" senior.
You know, you talk about the Cadets and their length and size, but the one thing you don't talk about is they can run. I mean, they get up and down the floor very quickly, get back on defense, do a great job of moving.
Neely. She's just kind of shot putted that up in an air ball. Louthan throws it away, but Riefschneider's there. Nope, Barris gets it. Good hustle by the Jaguars. Tyree, the runner, and it goes.
Nice shot by the lefty, going to the right hand in traffic.
Chipping away, 6-point lead now, but Hernandez underneath, little head fake, and that's too easy. She now has 9, back the other way. Underneath. 2 more for Devlin as Marler connects. Everybody getting on the score sheet here in this first half.
I'm ready to get on a run out and go get something. Get a layup in there.
Hernandez, 1 step and off the glass, and she now has 11.
That's a situation right there where Mallory Seaman has to get back, not watch the ball. She's got to get back on defense instead of watching. Get back below the lowest.
There's Chris Olsen as we look at that last play.
You see there's 2 players here, here, and here. 3 players and just 1 player right here in the middle to take those players. They've got to get back below the lowest this player has to get back to help before they can get that pass off. Air Academy's doing a good job of moving the ball without dribbling too much. When you do that, you don't allow the defense to set itself and get back. But Devlin has got to do a better job of getting back. There's way too many open layups.
This game will be available on demand in its entirety starting next week on www.CHSAA TV. Stop, pause, rewind your favorite plays, fast forward, do whatever you want on CHSAA TV. Here's Renke at 17 in that semifinal win. Are they going to call foul underneath? That's a foul on Riefschneider.
Yeah, they got bumped. That's one of those balls loose and they kind of run into each other and they give the offensive player the call. But that's a loose ball. They're both going into it, but they've got to make a call.
Reach in, back-to-back fouls on Torrey Riefschneider.
Third personal on number 22.
5:20 to go here in the first half. Cadets,
Foul number 7.
off and running from the start, have led by as many as 11.
Really look comfortable playing this style of game. It's up and down tempo that the Jaguars want to run. They're up to the challenge. They want to play it.
Yeah, I looked at the halftime score from the semifinal game, and Air Academy had a 26-11 lead. We're looking at 27-21 now with 5+ to go in the half. A little bit of pressure from Neely Royko. And Kama going to bring it up calmly and work it back and forth. Hernandez trying to go to the hoop. Dribbles it off one of the Jaguars. I think it went off of Seaman.
Well, that's a situation where the defense was able to collapse on her. She wasn't quite sure with her vision where everyone was.
Kick out, Beal, 3. Nothing but net. Miranda Beal, the 5'11 senior, on the board, her first bucket. Renke, can she match it? Back of the iron. Knocked away by Hernandez. Good pass, good look. That won't go, tipped up by Todd, and Royko with the rebound.
They're not getting enough spacing. The Jaguars aren't in that half-court set.
Hernandez stepped back, gets the pass, goes hard to the hoop. Rebound, hacked as she goes up.
Jump ball called. They're letting them play because it looked like there was a block or a charge on the play before that. But listen, it's a state championship game. Let them play. No one came up here to hear a bunch of whistles. Did you? Let them play.
I'm the kid that was in the free throw shooting contest back in the day, you know, so it's about all I could do. Renke kind of just Boulder away there, got it up, but didn't get it in. Beal now. She dribbles it. Swing it over. Royko, head fake. Kama goes down the line. She'll go to the line.
Coach Kalk is reaching in instead of moving her feet.
Cadets up by 9. Couple of free throws from number 33 when we come back. Just under 4 to go in the second quarter of the girls' 4A title game. And Air Academy with a 30-21 lead thus far over Devlin. Let's go back to last Saturday, the grade 8 at the Colorado School of Mines quarterfinal action. Air Academy had to get by the defending champs, Broomfield. Broomfield got off to a quick start. They were up 21-9 at one point. They had 5 different players hit threes, but Air Academy came back, and it was Brittany Hernandez scoring the first 8 points of the second half. She ended up with 25, many of them easy like this. And the Cadets beat the 5-time state champs 64-46. They had an unbelievable second half where they held Broomfield to 10 total points.
It's incredible. When you want to be the best, it's poetic justice to take the best out. I mean, 5-time defending champs, that says something in itself, but shows you their conditioning. Air Academy was able to outrun Broomfield at the end of that game and just use their conditioning and great physical play.
Kaunakama hits the first of 2. Yes, she's Hawaiian. She told me I could pronounce her name any way I wanted. So you can call her Kauna. She doesn't care. She now has 8 in the game. The Cadets back up by 11. Ranky stolen by Beal. Trying to transition. And she'll slow it down. Hernandez taking a breather. Kate Louthan in the 6-footer in the post. That one an air ball. Oh, still on the dribble. Almost got away from her. Thought about throwing it up. And Ranky's going to travel. She got that pass in the lane and took the extra step.
What I do like about what Ranky's doing is she's being aggressive at the basket. She's not selling for jumpers. She had a good night, 17 points. The last game out, 10 boards, hit a bunch of threes, but she's attacking the basket.
She's their number 1 3-point shooter with 35, and you know they want to hit the threes, but it hasn't really happened here thus far in the first 2 quarters. So we come up on the 3-minute mark of the second quarter. Louthan back it in, low post. Couldn't get it to go. And a foul on Louthan after I think she was a little frustrated. Couldn't get that in that hoop.
She missed the chippy. Nice post move. Drop step to the baseline. Left it a little bit short. Wasn't able to get it up there and in. And like we all do when we take a, I don't want to call that a bad shot because that was a good shot. But sometimes we take shots that we should make and we miss. We get that foul.
Board comes off to Aaron Todd. Air Academy's only 2 losses this year against a couple of number 1 seeds from the 5A as Beal lines up a 3. That's short. She had a hand in her face. And it's going to stay the way of the Cadets because of the hustle by Royko. Yeah, they only lost to Regis and Highlands Ranch. And beat Legacy.
Beat Thunder Ridge.
Yeah, and Legacy's in the 5A finals.
And with their size and ability to run, very tough team to beat.
Royko down the lane, kicks it out. Aaron Todd, the lefty. Nothing but net.
Just good patience offensively.
Ranky down the lane. She gets the layup up and in.
I love the fact that she was being aggressive to the basket.
Louthan, head fake, and that's
again a beat back on the other end. They're not getting back defensively. They're giving up so many easy buckets on the other end.
Ranky, 1 step and another step, and that's another walk. There's Ranky, one of the 8 seniors on this team that Chris Olson said, you know, we're athletic, we're well conditioned. You got a bunch of 2-3 sport athletes. Holly Ranky sits down. I mentioned a star softball pitcher.
Well, you know, Coach Olson is running them to death. He's an old soccer coach. Those guys, that's all they know how to do is run them to death. I mean, they're in great shape, and they'll be in this thing at the end. They just got to get back on defense and start contesting some of those layups.
Royko throws up a left-handed layup. Hernandez grabs the rebound, tripped up. Royko's there to put it back. Now a 15-point lead for the Cadets. Tyree saw it all the way, couldn't get the bounce. Hernandez the rebound. Under a minute to go, and she's fouled with a reach-in by Neely.
Neely doing a good job wanting to stop that fast break, realizing they were outnumbered. But it's getting away from Coach Olson here.
There's Coach Olson, class of '89 from A West. Played soccer and hoops there. Teaches at Chatfield.
I mean, I tell you, he's on the staff there with some pretty good teams.
And we said, you know, we have a motto, it's driven. And they were driven to win their league title. And now they're driven to win this 4A title. There's Jamie Goins, one of the other 8 seniors, has just come in for the Cadets here in the final minute. Number 23, dribbling around on the weave. Tipped away. Tyree almost got her hands on it. Halftime right around the corner. We'll tell you about the Cadets senior connection, highlights and stats. You'll hear Bob Winget talk a little bit about his team. Royko down the baseline, kick out. Laufin underneath. Will she go up or kick it out? She's going to go strong to the hoop. And they get the rebound again. Royko head fake. Good pass. Laufin fouled with 8 and some ticks left.
I tell you, that was a great up and under move. She just wasn't able to finish it. Left it a little bit short. But just a good job of reversing the basketball here. Laufin's going to get the great pass. She's going to go up, create the contact. Nice heads up play by the power forward.
Bob Winget taking this occasion to get a few of his substitutions in. As Cassidy Huffman, the freshman, in here. Laufin trying to get the Cadets to 40, and she does with the 2 free throws. Royko, good defense. Last shot of the half, and it won't go for Devlin. Well, the Cadets, Bob Winget's team, had a 21-12 lead after 1, and now are up 40-23, said here at the half.
Well, it's tough sledding for Devlin Jaguars.
Stay tuned. Coming up next, see what makes the Air Academy Cadets as much a family as a team, and it's part of the reason why they have this big lead. You're watching the 4A Girls State Championship game on Root Sports, your ticket to state. 5A title game coming up later tonight between Legacy and Monarch as they warm up. It's halftime. The Cadets went on a 13-2 run at the end of the first half. They lead 40-23. And time for our halftime feature brought to you by Credit Union of Colorado. Join Credit Union of Colorado today. Find out how to become a member at cuofco.org. Well, welcome back. This 4A championship game features two schools, Devlin and Air Academy, with 8 seniors on the roster, 8. What a grand time for these seniors to be competing in this championship game. Remember the friendships you made while playing team sports? Right, the lifelong type that you can only develop as a student. Well, this is the story of that kind of closeness and longevity. For the Air Academy Cadets, basketball has brought together the team's 8 seniors in a special way. 6 of them have played together for 7 years. How many games is that? How about we let them tell you?
A lot. I can't even count. We've been together for so long.
Like, I can't even keep track of how many games we played.
You know, I'm guesstimating 1,243 games.
I don't even know, because it's crazy how many we played.
8. Count them, 8 super seniors.
Kate Louthan, and I'm a senior.
Tori Reichschneider, senior.
Miranda Beal, senior.
Kana Kama, senior. Callan Reiko, senior. Jamie Goins, senior.
Aaron Todd, senior.
Brittany Hernandez, senior.
Bob Winjet moved to the Springs 3 years ago to be closer to his family. He began coaching the Cadet girls in December of 2010.
It's made this job really easy. These girls make me look good. They do a lot of things creating on their own, things that you can't teach kids that haven't played together since they were in 6th grade.
The team's unique chemistry on the court began back in grade school.
We actually started playing together on the Sharpshooters, a club team, and that was when we were 10 years old.
It was really fun. Like, coming in, we just like formed a bond. Like, it's kind of sounds a little cheesy, but like a sisterhood. Like, we automatically had 7 other friends, you know, and we worked well together, and it was like first casual and then just became something that we knew that we could create a legacy for.
And oh yeah, Air Academy's record the last 4 years, 86-18. Cadets assistant coach Craig Beal has watched as his daughter Miranda and her senior teammates have matured on and off the court.
I think that's what made this team so great. There's no favoritism. There's playing time has been pretty much even. And so they just grew up in this culture where they were all going to help out and do their part. And it kind of shows out here on the floor. We don't have a superstar, but when it starts clicking, when those 5 girls are on the floor working hard, it's a thing of beauty.
So what's next for these super seniors?
After this year, I'm going to the Naval Academy to play lacrosse.
Undecided. I have about 6 schools that I'm debating between.
I'm going to Colorado Christian University with Kate for basketball.
A better question? What's next for the Air Academy girls basketball program?
These 8 girls are not replaceable. Now, we have some young kids in the program that are going to be okay, but we're not even going to ask them to think about replacing these 8 girls because they're very special.
Well, so far so good for the seniors of Air Academy and Bob Winget's entire team. At the half, they lead 40-23 as they're well on their way to their 87th win and perhaps the 4A title. More to come. It's halftime here in Boulder. Great music from the Air Academy Band in the house as their cadets have a 40-23 lead here at the half. Mark Stout and Seth Bonner with you here in Boulder. And did this go the way you expected in the first 16 minutes?
Well, I expected Devlin to come out with a little more passion. I mean, they've come out and played hard, but so many turnovers in the first half. They've given up 12 offensive rebounds. They've really struggled on the boards. They're going to have to lock that down if they want to try to get into this game.
Well, when we come back, we'll take a look at all the stats and some of the highlights from this first half. It's really gone the way of the Cadets. Stay with us. Halftime here in Boulder. Halftime of the girls' 4A championship game in Boulder. Air Academy with a commanding 17-point lead. Mark Stout and Seth Bonner with you as we take a look at the first half highlights. It's a good thing that Neely is on the floor for the Jags because she's hit 3 baskets, 3 or 4. Otherwise, they've been really struggling.
Absolutely. 8 big points in the half. Really got going early, took care of business, but turnovers have hurt them. As you get a look at Neely, step back 3. She had a couple drives to the bucket. They've been aggressive. They just have not been able to stop the turnovers and the little critical errors that are costing them.
And we knew that Air Academy would come out, and they came out with guns ablazing.
They really did, and all 5 players getting in the mix. Brittany Hernandez running the floor. There you see beating the post player down the floor. She runs the floor. She passes well out of it. She's got 11 points, 7 rebounds, 5 of those offensive. She's completely controlled the glass in this first half.
You see the halftime stats. Boards in favor of the Cadets 23-10. It's 12-4 offensive boards, a big part of this game. And they also have 11 steals in the first half.
Absolutely. And if you want to win basketball games or any game, don't turn the ball over. Devlin has been really sloppy on the other end, much like we saw 2 nights ago, where they struggled to bring the ball up the court to just get plays off. And if you don't get a shot off, you're not going to score. They got to take care of the basketball, no turnovers, really create some good shots for themselves.
Air Academy hasn't lost since before the break. They ran through their conference schedule, and they are trying to run through the 4A playoffs. They're up 17, second half. When we come back, This high school championship game on Root Sports is brought to you by Subaru. We know how important it is to have a car you can love. And by Credit Union of Colorado, proud to support Colorado communities. On the campus of the University of Colorado in Boulder, the Air Academy cadets from the Springs, that Colorado community, well, they're halfway to celebrating a 4A title. There's Bob Wingett and his seniors. See the leading scorers. There's Brittany Hernandez in the forefront. She has 11, but they spread it out 11, man. 9, and 8, and 5.
Doesn't get much better than that. And you know, before it's over and said and done with, Brittany Hernandez is probably going to have at least a double-double.
She had 17 and 12 in their win in the semis over Pueblo West. She was 7 of 11 from the floor. And you know, we talked about that game, that quarterfinal game over Broomfield. She had 2 quick fouls in that game, came out, ended up with 25.
Down the stretch. And talk about her being able to run the floor. I mean, she is beating the post players and guards down the floor for Devlin.
And I know what you like too. If they press, she'll come and show right into the middle of the court. You can throw the basketball to her.
You show to the middle of the floor, turn, and now you've got 2 players running down the lanes, and you can create a mini fast break. I mean, it's pretty easy.
Cadets start with possession. Beal saw Louthan take a run down the lane, but out to Royko. Underneath. Easy pass. Hernandez starts it off like the game started.
But a good job of sealing.
In and out. Rebound. Guess who? Air Academy.
And they're doing a great job on the boards as Louthan gets that last rebound.
There's Hernandez again. She'll kick it out. Louthan, 3 ball. In and out. Rims it, and there's Marler. Baseball pass. Neely holds up. Tyree, little dribble drive. Easy to the hoop and 2.
Nice move by Tyree.
Junior. Will be a force next year for the Jaguars.
They're going to have to get some stops.
Hernandez right around and up for another 2 and a timeout called. Just about 2 minutes here into the second half. Let's take a look at that last bucket for Hernandez.
Just too big, too quick, too strong. As she gets the entry pass, look at the seal and the great hands. Ooh, used a little bit of hook there. But if you're a Jaguar defender down on that post, you got to lean on her a little bit. Make the official call the foul. Don't just let her come in and throw a hook on you. But you see the entry pass. She throws a hook right there. If you're embarrassed, you got to lean on her a little bit, make her work a little bit harder. She's having some very, very, I don't want to call them easy looks because it's still hard. You still got to put the ball in the basket, but she's having a pretty easy time of it underneath.
Cadets lead by 19. Their playoff wins over Green Mountain, Glenwood Springs, Broomfield, and Pueblo West were by 28, 35, 18, and 13. Back-to-back buckets for Tyree.
I guess that's what you got to do. You got to just attack. Caught the Cadets in man-to-man, and she just took it all the way.
Kama back to Beal. Trying to go to Hernandez. Gets her hand on it and throws it away as Taylor Barris saw that and sniffed it out for the turnover.
Good team defense there. Good job of collapsing down by Barris.
Tyree feels it. Short on that long bucket try. Comment. And Louthan, boy, they were in stride, huh?
Textbook fast break until the shot went up.
Neely swings around. Royko gets fouled as she goes to the hoop. And that'll send her to the line.
Good Hernandez on that one from the other side. But nice spin move and attacks the basket.
Second foul, and Hernandez tried to swap that away. Here's Madeline Neely, 5'8" senior. Played nearly 30 minutes in the win over Pueblo South.
Did you mention undefeated? Oh, one thing you know is these ladies will not quit. They're going to continue pressure and continue to try to get back in this game.
Kama for 3. Down it goes. And Kama with the steal.
Say it again. You just like saying the name. Go ahead, say it again.
Kama. Count it. She struggled a little bit in the semifinal win, but she is having a heck of a title game. Beal, but a whistle before the shot.
Yeah, Hernandez camped out.
Yeah. There's Bob Winget. Behind him are the assistants, Phil Royko and Craig Beal. We've said Beal and Royko, the fathers are there. Everybody's all in with this team. Tyree, little jumper won't go. And there's Royko with the rebound. Royko is Finnish, by the way. They're from Finland. And sometimes on her hand she'll write SISU, Sisu, as Laupin goes up for another bucket. Sisu's a Finnish word that her grandmother taught her. That means lots of guts, willpower, strength.
Moxie?
Exactly. Her dad texted it to her once, and she thought it was just like, my dad doesn't know how to text. Why is he texting me a 4-letter word, Sisu? And he had to remind her, no, that's what your grandmother taught you about. So that's what she's all about. And this 20-point lead, evident that that's kind of working for Royko and these cadets.
Well, I just think they play so much together. They traveled together during the offseason, played over 30 games and tournaments, and they know each other so well and are extremely confident.
Here's Tyree. She might go down the lane again. Nope, 3 ball. Off, and Conlon's going to let it roll out.
I really like Tyree's game. She's got great dribble, drive, skills, and a pretty good jump shot. Just have to get some of the post players to match up with where she's at.
Royko calling out the play. Fouled by Tyree on the reach-in. Boy, Tyree also gave that glare to the ref on the call.
Well, it looked like from our angle that she beat Royko to that spot. Got in front, beat her to the spot before the reach happened. Tough call, but she's going after it.
Hernandez, left-handed, can't get it to go. Off. Cake is dribbling. And she runs into Aaron Todd, and that'll be a block on Aaron Todd. So 4-on-4 goes the way of Devlin. 49-29 here in the third quarter. Third quarter, Air Academy has increased its lead to 20 over Devlin. Hey, stay tuned after the game for the 4A Boys High School Basketball Championship. What a game we expect. Sierra and Lewis Palmer, rivals from the Springs for the championship. Stick around, more high school basketball right here on Root Sports. Wesley Gordon, Josh Scott.
Battle of the Bigs.
It's coming up next. There's the Cadets huddle. They've increased their lead to 20. They're 3 of 4 shooting here in the second half, and the Jaguars 2 of 7. Trying to throw them up. So we look at Chris Olsen. 23-3 this year, a #1 seed. He's got to be proud of his girls.
Absolutely. I mean, this is a fickle game of basketball. You win 23 games, and then because all it takes is one bad shooting night. And to go 23-3, I mean, that's very impressive.
Yeah, he said his team was 5-3 at the winter break. They went in, got focused, practiced harder, got re-energized. The record speaks for itself since. Todd almost lost the handle. Kama.
So that's a pass that has to be gotten right there. You got to get that arm out.
That one is knocked down by Neely Rufschneider on the foul. Yeah, there's a lot of hardwood, a lot of traveling space for that pass to go.
A ton of it. You got to get that backhand out, reach out there and tap it away. But to her credit, Neely stays active on the defensive end and creates a turnover.
4 fouls now on Rufschneider, so Miranda Beal coming back on. Tori, she'll take a seat. Underneath, Neely, kick out. 3 ball up and off the rim. Comes down to Hernandez, grabs the board in front of Natalie Lusk. Although the senior number 33 was come on for the Jaguars. Beal, short. Hernandez over the top. That'll be 3 on Brittany Hernandez.
But did you see the senior handle the ball all the way down the court? And that's the, 6'1", versatile. I mean, runs down the floor as fast as a lot of the guards do. I mean, she's a good player. Very solid.
She sits down and talks to Craig Beal, the assistant coach. Kate Lauthen back on for the Cadets. Under 3 to go in the third. Beal almost the steal. Neely. It's Lusk who came on. Tyree spots up, can't get it to go. Down the right wing. Lauthen comes out. Skip pass. Lauthen again. Kind of cleared out the middle. Nobody down on the low post. Spot up for Royko. And she hits the 3. She has 5 now. Kelvin Royko, she saw it all the way.
Very solid job of being patient with the offense. Nice
really
slap.
tough move.
Yes, nice left hand. Good job of spinning back. That's a situation where the post player for the Cadets didn't come over to provide help.
There's Royko. Gets it in stride. Aaron Todd kicks it back out of the hands of Lauthen. Falls down on the dribble, but it's right to Aaron Todd. 1.5 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Beal on the dribble. Stops, shoots. A little heavy on that shot. Lusk with the rebound. Cadets are back. Neely a 3. Nothing but net.
Neely's come alive. Got 7 in the quarter. 15 on the game. I mean, doing a nice job.
She averages 17 a game, leading scorer. Royko slips through and a bucket for number 13.
I mean, how many times do we say that about easy layups? Defensively standing, staring at the ball and don't know where your mark is.
That one's off the iron. Jaguars keep possession.
And look at the no help. Look at everyone standing up high. Nobody in the lane there. And just a nice easy cut by Royko. No one comes over to help.
When you can take 2 or 3 strides, put your arm up, and
nobody comes to put a bump on you.
Smart move by Laupin, got the rebound, thought about running it, but she holds on. Devlin 4 of 13 here in the quarter shooting. Beal, Laupin. You got to shoot 50% or more when you get those kind of shots.
60% or more. I mean, way too many easy looks, and sometimes you got to come out of what you do and change things up just a bit. But way too many easy layups, dribble drive penetration, you force the big to come to you and kick.
Things have gone from good to better for the Cadettes as they now have a 56-35 lead after 3 quarters here in the 4A title game. Air Academy can see that gold ball in their hands. Root Sports, your ticket to state 4A, 5A championship weekend happens in Boulder on the campus of the University of Colorado. The first of the 4 championship games as Air Academy holds a big lead as we begin the 4th. Let's look at the final 4A rankings. That's from the regular season. That doesn't count the postseason.
And if Devlin doesn't play spoiler, you get to make a matchup with South, but Devlin took it to South, earned that victory. But right now they've got a huge hill to climb to try and get back in this game. Just shooting 32% from the floor. That is tough.
I guessed it, Air Academy 48.8%. Laupin tied up. Still going to be Air Academy's basketball.
I would have guessed more on the percentage than 48%. Yeah. I mean, it had so many layups, so many easy looks.
That's a good look for Laupin. Off the front of the iron, Kama trying to grab the rebound. Another offensive rebound for the Cadettes. Back out to Royko. Down the lane, bounce pass, can't get it through. Tied up jump ball. Devlin will have possession. Stats through 3 quarters.
The biggest one is this right here. 32%, huge. And look at the rebound advantage.
And the threes even when you think about it, because that's what the Jaguars want to do.
I mean, they just have not gotten it going, and I think the pace early on and just knowing that they couldn't let up for a second and the Cadettes were going to make them pay for it It's been tough on the Jaguars.
Tyree strong down the lane with the right. Gets it to go.
Nice right.
23.
I say that because she's a left-handed player.
Tyree for 2.
Let the defender float by her. Brought it back to the right hand.
There's Holly Reinke on the bench with a bloody nose. Wow. It would be 60% if she made her shots because she's missed 3 or 4.
She just wanted to pad the offensive rebounding stats there, that's all.
There's Tyree again, dribble drive. Trying to kick it out. Barris heaves one up, gets a shooter's bounce.
Great roll.
A little bit of pressure, Beal almost lost it, has to give it up, lost the dribble.
It's Barris' first points on the night.
Back out to Kama. Long pass, Beal, baseline stops, gets it to go. Nice looking shot by Miranda Beal down on the baseline. She now has 5.
Very, very intelligent player, understands how to play the game.
Quick pass underneath to Neely, and a timeout by Chris Olsen and the Jaguars. 60-42 Cadets. Root Sports gearing up for baseball season. Yep, right around the corner. 6 Rocky Spring training games come your way live from Arizona. Beginning with the game against the Dodgers next Saturday at 2 o'clock. Watch the Rocks, they prepare for the 2012 season here on Root Sports, beginning on St. Patrick's Day.
It's still weird for me to think of the Dodgers being in Arizona in the Cactus League.
Yeah,
I mean,
Dodger Town, Vero
strange?
Beach.
Yeah, I mean, it's still weird for me to think that, but you know. My favorite team growing up when I was a kid, the Dodgers. Dusty Baker, Davey Lopes, Garvey, Bill Russell, Ron Say.
I hope the Rockies win the series this year against the Dodgers, then said. There's Bob Widget. You know, he told us that in the semifinal game, when they had the lead throughout, but kind of got shaved down to about 9. He said he pulled the girls aside and said, this is where we're supposed to be. It's our time. And it's been evident tonight.
It's very obvious it's their time, and learned a very tough lesson a year ago getting blown out in the semis. And you know, just the amount of time that they put in this offseason, traveling together, playing in tournaments, doing all these things to make you a better team. And it looks like it's going to come to fruition. They're going to raise that trophy.
Bruce Schneider back on, number 22, another one of the seniors. Palma corner, but gets it to Beal. She's touched up and fouled there by Barris. Second personal on Barris. Only the second team foul on him.
They've got a few more to go before they try to get him in the bonus. Force him to make free throws.
Leaf Schneider, wide open look, and she drains it.
Look at the extra pass, though, by Beal. Cutting across the lane, she could have very easily taken that shot. Makes the extra pass.
Barris didn't get the shooter's bounce on that one, but it comes down to Neely. She'll throw it up. Beal keeps it alive. Royko brings it out. Hernandez on the run out to the hoop. Fouled, and it goes for her. And that bucket is what it's been all about for the Cadets in this title game.
And you see the run out. Look at the athleticism to finish the dribble. Takes the hit. She's going to take the hit and finish strong. It's a good job of trying to hustle to get back there by Barris, but too strong and too physical. She gets 3 the hard way.
And 3 more points for Hernandez. She's at 18, a game high. Neely kind of cornered. She'll fire up with 3. She's now got a game high because she's got 20. Something for those Jaguars fans to cheer about. And the steal by Tyree in 2. Can't get the roll though.
It's too bad. And And Tyree's effort tonight is something to cheer about as well. She's played hard the entire game. She's gone after it. Don't even know if she's come out of the game very much tonight, but look at that pick. Just does not finish the layup, but future looks good.
Air Academy's going to take a timeout with 4:47 to go here in the fourth.
Future looks good with Tyree in your lineup going forward if you're Devlin.
Yeah, we asked Bob Wingett about his future. He's like, can't replace these 8 seniors, but they've got a good program down there at the Air Academy, and I'm sure they'll restock beginning next year. Basketball fans, this game will be available on demand in its entirety. You can see it next week on www.CHSAA TV. You see the website there? That means you can stop it, pause it, rewind, fast forward, see whatever you want on demand only on CHSAA.tv. This is just the beginning of our 4
marathon?
Championship games.
Marathon?
Yeah. High school marathon. 4A boys coming up next. That'll be Sierra and Lewis Palmer. The 5A boys will follow with Chaparral and Arapahoe. And the 5A girls rounding it out, Legacy and Monarch. Big day from Boulder. Big day for Air Academy. You know, they were feeling it from the start of the season, and it's held true.
Well, when you look at that schedule they played, you know, the 5A, the top 5A teams in the state were on that schedule. And just losing to just 2 of them, it goes a lot. It says a lot about what Coach Wingett wants to do with this program or how he feels about his players.
Turnover goes the way of Devlin. They'll throw it in under the basket. Tyree steps back, hits it.
Nice looking shot.
She fouls Royko on the inbounds. Tyree now has 12. There she is, the junior. Third foul on Tyree. Knocked away by Tyree. Another good hustle play.
Creates a turnover. Denies, and Cadets Kanakama not able to come up with it.
Underneath, Seaman was boxing out and blocking it. She had the lane.
Great position, just didn't catch the ball. Pretty good pass, and it doesn't, you know, in this situation, they're going to play hard as they can.
Just saw number 20 there, Mallory Seaman. She'll learn too, just a sophomore.
Just back-to-back turnovers. And
a little bit of fire for the Jaguars.
And absolutely, but they have to take advantage. You can't continue to allow a good team to turn it over without doing anything with it.
Fans applaud the effort. Tyree, left-handed.
What a great jump stop.
There's Ruth Schneider. Almost had it knocked away. Somebody's got to help her out. Kama does, but tipped away. Barris blocked by Ruth Schneider from behind. And that's a blocking foul on Tyree. Didn't get over fast enough.
No. Good idea. It's a good idea. She's still moving. Reef Snyder comes in from behind and just gets enough of that ball.
Another takeaway. Seaman, if this goes, they'll erupt. It won't. Hernandez
said, I'm going to put a stop to this.
And there she is dribbling it.
She said, I'm putting a stop to this madness.
Under 4 to go. Cadets slow it down. Royko a step in the lane. Goes all the way through, and she got fouled. Smart player there, too.
Absolutely. Nobody came and stopped the ball. You've got to stop the basketball.
She went to the hoop. The Cadets up 66-47 here in the fourth. Well, we're more than halfway through the fourth quarter. Let's look at the keys to the game brought to you by Subaru. This was what you said before the game,
and it's come true. I mean, if you're the Cadets, you got to be excited. You forced 15 turnovers. You've gotten out. You've closed out well enough to get out to those shooters and perimeter players for D'Evelyn. You've created 3 for 14 from threes, and that's a strength of them. D'Evelyn did not get off to a hot start. 21-12 in the first. Tyree, 12 points, 4 fouls.
That is what is at stake. The gold ball for the 4A girls champs.
That's awesome. You got to let them cut the net down. Don't put it on there. Let them cut it down. That's awesome. Awesome. Awesome.
Bring the ladder out. Awesome. Everybody gets up there.
That's right. That's what it's supposed to do.
Hang on the rim for a minute.
No, you don't. I mean, not necessary. Just bring your little scissors. You know, the childproof scissors, though, so they're not dangerous.
Let some of the short guys live a little bit and hang on the rim for once.
You want me to lift you up between the games and put you on the net?
Second free throw for Royko. She was good on the first. And she now has 9. Back to a 21-point lead. It seemed like the Jaguars were making a little bit of a run, at least a little bit of noise, but Cadets have continued to control things. They just do not miss. Beal tips it away. Neely's there. Tyree going to fire up at 3, short off the rim. Kama grabbed the rebound, but then she forearm shivered. I think Renke underneath.
I was screened out, so I'm not going to call it. But
that's what happened.
That's what happened. You go in there reaching. She gave a little chicken wing right there.
Neely heaves up a 3, back of the iron. Battle 50-50 Royko Tyree. Jaguars basketball.
And Tyree just plays so hard on every possession.
Renke gets 2.
Good job by Holly to drive and get to the bucket. She was struggling coming into this quarter, 1 for 6 on the game.
She only has 4. Quiet game for her. Foul from behind on Kakis.
And just 2 rebounds coming in, to this.
That's after a 17 and 10 effort, yeah. Cadets in the bonus now, so they'll shoot free throws from here on in. There's Taylor Barris, the senior, coming back on. Kellen Royko in double digits with 10 now. At least 4 Cadets in double digits. Good little pass, Renke. Strong to the hoop for 2.
He's doing a nice job of just being aggressive. Turning, facing up.
Middle of the court, Kama able to turn.
Trying to foul, but they're not getting it.
Wow, tough foul.
Well, she's been fouling the entire time down the court with little bumps here and there, but it just wasn't enough.
Third personal on number 20.
Air Academy's hit 70. And Miranda Beal steps to the line. You watch the halftime feature, Miranda Beal going to the Naval Academy. She'll play lacrosse there.
She's a really good basketball player as well. Smart player.
Whistle on the floor.
Yeah, they called the foul on Seaman, and it was on Chappelle.
Foul on number 21, Leah Chappelle.
How did they miss that foul?
I don't know. I just sit here.
Beal hits both. So 2.5 to go. Air Academy has their starting seniors on the floor. Kicked out to Neely.
It's too much length.
Neely couldn't get around Beal, and she just dribbled it over the line. There's nowhere to go.
No, I mean, they're forcing them further and further away from the basket. There's too much length down inside, so when they go to throw the skip pass or go to throw the bounce pass down inside, they're being fronted out by a 5'10" player or a 6'1" player. Too active and too much length for the Cadets.
Jaguars call a timeout with 2:06 to go. Another reminder to stay tuned after the game. The 4A boys high school championship rolls your way next with Lewis Palmer. Sierra's won a bunch of them. Lewis Palmer has it. It's going to be a battle coming up next right here on Root Sports, your ticket to state. And if you are a CU Buffaloes fan, you'll get to see Josh Scott and Wesley Gordon, two incoming Buffaloes and two good basketball players.
I tell you got to be excited about those two young men. I mean, a little bit different players. I mean, Josh Scott a little more of a face-up, kind of like a 3/4 for a 6'10" guy. He doesn't really dominate the post area like a 6'10" guy would do. He's super quick off the dribble. His first step is about as quick as anybody's. And then you talk about Wesley, who is just what seems to be like a dominant center, especially on the defensive end. He rotates over and helps about as well as anybody. Almost had a triple-double.
With blocks.
With blocks. Not assists, with blocks.
Yeah, he is an unselfish player. He might be able to dominate offensively, but what he does defensively
is enough.
What makes the error.
And he allows his guards to play, and he just kind of goes when they need him to.
Some of these Cadet seniors will get a few more seconds as Royko passes it off to Beal. Bryce Schneider's back in. There's number 22 on it, along with Louth and Hernandez. And Beal and Royko, they swing it around. Louth and Hassel. Bruce Schneider. I love the kick, the possible 3-ball with a. It almost got away from him. And a timeout called by Air Academy.
I think he's just doing it to get the subs in.
He's putting in Aaron Todd and Jamie Goins, two other seniors. And with a timeout on the floor, we'll take a quick timeout. Cadets have been dominating all game long, nearly there with the championship. Back live, you see, under 1:20 to go in the 4A title game for the girls. Air Academy up by 21. And a steal. That's Kakis.
That was explosive. Came out of nowhere. I think Riefschneider was looking for the foul, but it happened so fast.
That was a good guess. Watch.
Watch. She had to turn back and look. Just a good time for Kira Kakis to really just come and get the easy strip, and then it was just, let's make the layup. Let's make the layup.
Good adventure. Like, anybody talking here? You're like, I didn't see that coming.
I mean, she was right in front of her own bench, too. That's what's so bad about it. None of the bench players said anything. But I think Kakis was so fast in that explosive action to go get that ball that they didn't have time to say anything.
There's Kira, the senior. She's chipped in with 6 points after that bucket. We are in the final minute of play of the 4A girls title game, which has been dominated by Air Academy. Cadettes got blown out in the semis last year by the eventual champs Broomfield. Trying to bring home the championship down to the Springs. The seniors swinging around off Royko. Now it's Jamie Goins who's in. Playing a little keep away. Cadettes are bringing it home. Aaron Todd, another one of the seniors. .15 and counting. And everybody standing behind the Air Academy bench. The white towels are waving as Air Academy dominates the championship game. Bob Winget's team comes up with a 72-53 victory in the 4A championship, and said it was that dominating.
From start to finish. I mean, it was never in question from the get-go. It was not in question, this game. And talking to Coach Winget before the game, you know, just ask them what did they learn from a year ago's disappointments, getting here and getting blown out in the semis. And he said they learned how to finish and learned how to work. They went away, played together, talked about it. Over 30 games in the offseason. In the offseason together. I mean, that's a lot of games, and this is the culmination of what happens when you do those kind of things.
Congratulations to the Air Academy Cadettes. They're the Devlin Jaguars, who are the runner-ups. And they finished the season at 23-4.
What a great run for the Jaguars, though, doing Jeffco proud and getting here. I mean, it's a tough way to lose, but they've got nothing to be ashamed about. They battled and earned their way into the state title game. Just ran into a buzzsaw.
Saw Miranda Beal, they're the Cadettes cheerleaders. Air Academy winds up the season at 26-2 with losses to Highlands Ranch and Regis Jesuit. Let's join the PA announcer here at the Coors Event Center for the post-game award ceremony.
Colorado and a nation of Farmers Insurance. Farmers, a corporate sponsor, and we thank you very much. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if I could direct your attention to the midcourt for the presentation of this year's consolation trophies to the Devlin Jaguars. Would you please join Assistant Commissioner Mr. Bert Borgman presenting the second place trophy to the Devlin Jaguars. Congratulations, Jaguars. Outstanding season. Okay, and now, ladies and gentlemen, your 2012 Class 4A State Championship Trophy presented by Associate Commissioner Rhonda Bladford Green to the Air Academy Cadettes. Congratulations, Cadettes, for an outstanding season.
There's the gold ball for the Cadettes, Brittany Hernandez. We told you that she was the post player that was going to the show. How about her performance? Said 8 of 11 field goals, hits a couple of free throws, ends up with 18 points and 10 rebounds, a double-double.
Absolutely. I mean, 5 offensive, 5 defensive rebounds. I mean, just a solid player. She's able to run the floor. Dominant player.
Let's take a look at her. Like you said, if you want her to dribble up, she'll do that too.
Absolutely, and you're here on the offensive glass early in the game. But set that tempo and that tone early, and here running the floor, just the Devlin players just could not keep up with her. And this is a 6'1" player running the floor this well. Very athletic, very physical, and just a dominant player amongst a bunch of dominant players.
You just saw Brittany Hernandez. She came on board with this Air Academy team last year when she moved here from Florida. Her mom is military, so she moved here to the Springs. So she kind of got into the mix with the seniors that were already involved with Air Academy, and she fit right in as their post player.
Absolutely, and watching them play together and spending the amount of time that they spent together this offseason, it only helped forge those bonds. You know what I mean? They already had the 8 of the 7 players that were together since, you know, elementary school. And now you add this tremendous athlete to the mix. Him is like-minded, and absolutely works as hard as they do and understands it's a great combination.
Here's Brittany. Should be going to Colorado Christian University to play some hoops. But right now she's with Jerry Valerio to talk about this victory by the Cadets. Jerry.
With Brittany Hernandez, Brittany, I know winning a state championship is never easy, but you guys made it look pretty easy tonight. How did you do that?
We just played cadet basketball, which is always playing strong defense no matter who we're playing. We never underestimate an opponent because that can be our downfall. And so we just came out strong on defense, and I think that's what won us our game.
But how much of a motivation factor was it last year's semifinal loss? Did you guys talk about that a lot this season?
Yeah, definitely. We knew we wanted to come back because we knew that we could do it, that it was something that we could accomplish this year. And so that's what was keeping us going all year, is to get here, finally here, and we did it.
Well, and I know everybody, when they start the season, everybody thinks they're going to win a state championship, but was there any ever point this year that you guys had some adversity that you kind of wondered if you were going to get it done this year?
Well, we played a lot of good teams, and I don't know, we just always believed in ourselves, and we always stayed confident in each other, and we always loved each other, and I think that's what was really our support. So, I mean, yeah, maybe there were some struggles this year, but for the most part, we were pretty confident in ourselves.
Well, congratulations. That's a great performance. Congratulations. Mark, back to you.
All right, Jerry, she is one of the 8 seniors on Air Academy. 7 of the 8 score here tonight, 4 in double figures. And Kaunakama came to play, and she lit it up early. She had a strong game, number 33 for Air Academy.
Absolutely. Rebounded after struggling in the semifinals, came back, hit a couple early threes. And you know, going back to her comments, just we loved each other no matter what happened during the season. I mean, that kind of bond, I mean, it doesn't come about too often. And when you get 8 seniors that feel the way they feel about each other, they weren't going to be denied this year. And coming out watching this game and being a part of it, you could see that from early on, they were not going to be denied.
Well, they're the victors. We want to hear from Devlin, and Madeline Neely, who had a pretty big game for the Jaguars, is standing by with Jerry Valerio. Jerry.
Hi, Manny. A terrific individual performance tonight. Obviously, it didn't end the way you want to do for your Jaguars, but what can you say about this season and what it meant to the school? This is the first time you've ever been in a state championship game, first time you ever made it past the second round in the state tournament. What does it mean to you in the school?
I mean, we had a heck of a run. All we can ask for is a chance to win state, and that's really what happened. And I mean, we played well. We had all the right breaks at all the right time, and it was just great to be able to play in the state championship game.
Now, where did this kind of get away from you? I mean, they start out really hot, and there were some things that they did well, especially offensive rebounding. From your point of view on the court, where did it kind of turn away?
I mean, they started out real strong. Basketball is a game of runs, so they started out with a big run. We had a couple runs there, but just all throughout the game, we thought we could chip away at it, and they just kept chipping away at it. So.
Well, and in the semifinals, you guys were down by 11 at Pueblo South. So did you have confidence going into halftime that you still had one more shot at them?
Yeah, I mean, definitely. We didn't write the game off at all until the buzzer sounded 0-0. We definitely thought we had heart, but it just didn't end the way we wanted it to.
Well, congratulations on a great season for getting here. Right, back to you, Mark.
All right, Jerry, some of the highlights of Neely, who was 7-11 from the floor. She had a game-high 20.
She really did. Came on strong and finished well. I mean, they didn't win the game, but between her and Tyree, I mean, they were dominant in their own right. They just didn't have enough help to get this win. I mean, there was too many talented players for Air Academy.
Said Tyree, only a junior.
Yeah,
like what you see.
Absolutely. Great handles, can handle the ball well, knows how to pass the ball. And the other thing that's key is, can a player create their own shot? And she can certainly do that.
Let's take a look at some highlights from the second half of this game. Air Academy went into the break with a big lead. They upped it to as many as 24. They came out firing again in the second. They started the game well, and they came out firing in the second half as we watched a bucket by Tyree.
Tyree there with the dribble drive, and Neely there with the three. And it was just these two players, they needed a little bit of help. Too many star players for the Air Academy as you get a look at their highlights. I mean, all seniors scored. I mean, it was a tremendous effort by Hernandez. Aaron Todd hits the jumper. Everyone got in the mix, and they were very unselfish. I mean, look at the extra pass there to a wide open Royko. I mean, this team was going to be tough to beat. I don't care who they played tonight. They were going to be tough to beat. They were focused, and they came out to win the state title.
Final stats, Air Academy does end up shooting over 50% of the game from the floor. They hit all but one free throw. They dominated on the boards, doubling up.
Over 50% from three-point range, and you look at Devlin, that's their strong point, and 422. Very tough to win like that.
Yeah, I think you go back to that quarterfinal win over Broomfield, the defending champs. When they went down 21-9, they got off to a good start. Air Academy was up 5-1, and then all of a sudden Broomfield hit 5 threes by 5 different players. They called a timeout. They were down. They whittled away a little bit. They were down by 8 at the half, but then the second half was all about the Cadets. I think that game made this happen.
Well, it showed their resolve, and when Hernandez got in early foul trouble in that game, wasn't able to compete. You don't have one of your best players on the floor, it hurts you. Even though you've got a strong core, you need your best player on the floor. She came out with a vengeance in the second half, and they were able to run away at the end.
Bob Wingett is the head coach of the champs of the 4A girls, and he is with Jerry. Jerry.
Coach, lots of things went well for you tonight. In that fourth quarter, did you look up the scoreboard? Were you even surprised about how well it went?
Yeah, I was. I didn't realize the spread had gotten to 20. First of all, D'Evelyn, boy, they just don't stop. Those girls played so hard. I was really proud of our girls for maintaining their poise. We had a couple turnovers, but it didn't cause them to panic, and they just maintained poise. I was really proud of them.
Well, and, you know, you guys obviously were prepared for a big challenge this season. You played a great schedule, 3 of the 4 teams in the 5A semifinals. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Last year we fell short of our goal, and we wanted to make sure that didn't happen again. So one of the things was the schedule. The other thing was all the games they played in the summertime and all the work they put in starting in September or October.
Sure. Well, and a lot of it made about the 8 seniors on this team who came back and had after a tough loss last year. Can you tell me what this class means to the school, a first state title?
It put the school on the map as far as girls basketball goes. These girls, nobody in our school had ever been to the Final Four. They did that, they did it again, and now to bring a state championship back down to Southern Colorado means a great deal to us.
Well, that's tremendous performance, and hey, if Legacy wins, you might be able to call yourself the best team in the state, right?
That's right.
Congratulations on a great season, Coach.
Thank you.
Mark, back to you.
All right, Jerry, what he's referencing is Legacy's here about to take the floor for the 5A finals, and Air Academy beat Legacy, and he talked about the schedule that was put together earlier.
Absolutely, if you want to be the best, you got to play the best, and it doesn't matter what class they're on, but they beat Legacy, so I mean,
yeah,
I'll give them the nod. I mean, the way they came out and performed tonight and focused, it was impressive.
Which aspect of the Cadets game impresses you the most? You know, they shoot, they don't miss, they run out, they play D, they rebound. I know it's a team game and everything counts, but is there one thing that? I just think understanding for each other. I mean, it's an understanding. They know where they're going to be. They all work together. They'll make the extra pass. So I guess in one word, unselfishness. And that's what happens when you get 8 seniors on your team together, 6 of which, as we showed you at halftime, have been together since grade school, essentially, and playing together. It culminates in a 4A state championship for Air Academy as they win it over D'Evelyn by a final score of 72-53. Congratulations once again to the Air Academy Cadets. Next is the 4A boys state championship game for Sid Bonner, Jerry Valerio, and our entire Rocky Mountain crew. I'm Mark Stout. Thanks for joining us for high school championship basketball here on Roost Sports, your ticket to state.